Peace, 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 YouTube family. How you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you guys clicked on. And you know we're going to talk about Bitcoin because today is Tuesday, February 16, 2021. And we cracked $50,000 last night while we were sleeping. Yes. So we're going to start out today just kind of talking about the sentiment in the market. What should you be doing? Is it too late? Has the top blew off? What are we doing right now? So we're going to start off at CoinGecko.com. And as you can see, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the two dominant cryptocurrencies that we have right now. Are the top two cryptocurrencies in the space right now. Bitcoin we have at $48,594. The Bitcoin dominance is at 60%, which is really good for alternative coins because as you can see, we have lots and lots of growth. All these altcoins are all in the green because we have some of that Bitcoin dominance being switched over to altcoins, which is great. But the big conversation of the day is that Bitcoin cracked $50,000. So let's just take a look at it. So here we have our handy dandy chart right here. Let me move myself out the way. All right, so we have on the daily, we have just been going on a nice, healthy trend to the upside. We had a fib extension level of 49,000 that we discussed back on February the 8th. And we cracked that a few times. We had a few levels of resistance at that area where it just quite got rejected, and then we bust through that thing. Excuse me. So what can we expect going forward? I think that this nice ascending wedge that we have here, maybe we can throw a little channel on it. We're creating somewhat of a channel that we've been dancing through a little bit. So when we have channels, we can have a break to the downside, go down here, collect some UFOs, some unfulfilled orders, and go on and go to the upside. If we come down here and retest the area of 45,000 all the way down to 43,000, that's still a healthy pullback for a bull market with Bitcoin. So don't get nervous and think that, oh goodness, it hit 45,000, it's time for us to sell. Nope, that is still a great area for us to look for opportunities to buy. I would even say worst case scenario, if we made it all the way back down here to 38, then still not really sweat it. This still is healthy. It would be a large percentage of pullback, but it wouldn't take us out of our overall upward trend trajectory that we got going on now. So now we are on the 1 hour time frame, just looking at this channel that we have been just meandering up and down through, up and down. So now we're at the bottom of the channel. This is very healthy and beautiful because if we jump from the bottom of this channel to the top of the channel, kind of like we've been doing the whole way up, we're looking at a $51,000 Bitcoin. So just stay plugged in, guys. Stay patient because this market is moving and everyone is talking all about it. Let's take a look and see what they're saying about it on CSBC this morning.
It broke through the $50,000 level just a short time ago. It's now up more than 70% since January 1st. So it's come off a little bit right under that 50,000 mark, but pretty extraordinary run, no matter how you look at it. Joe?
I just wish I wish we knew all. I wish we could see into the future, Andrew, because all you need to do, you take the total global financial system, right? Yep. Figure out what that is, and then divide it by 21 million. Well, first take the total financial system and decide what percentage of that could someday be crypto related, or right, where crypto could be
Bitcoin
play
related.
A role.
Right.
Or Bitcoin related. Then divide that by 21 million. And that's where you get some scary numbers. And I don't know if they're legit but at the same time, you worry about individual countries and governments, that have a huge vested interest, for example, the United States and the dollar remaining the reserve currency. So what do they do when it becomes clear, or if it starts to look like you're not having control, which maybe it's already starting to look like that, isn't it? What do? They can do whatever they want, can't they? Or can they?
What's the number at which it gets out of control? And is it the number, the price of Bitcoin, which is out of control, or is it the distribution of Bitcoin, meaning it's still held in only a few hands on a relative basis to the country? And so that's, to me, what you should be looking for, because you can buy half a Bitcoin, you could buy a tenth of a Bitcoin. And what if it really, to me, escape velocity is not necessarily the price itself, but just how many holders there are.
So as you see with CNBC, we have, with all respect, we got Grandpa at the top with his head a little like he's trying to run away from his head. But anyway, he is concerned, like, what are we going to do? It's only 21 million. Everybody can't get one. So I don't know what we're going to do. It's getting really scary out there. All of this stuff is FUD in the sense that don't be afraid that Bitcoin is $50,000. Like he said, you can buy a half a Bitcoin, a fraction of a Bitcoin. Bitcoin is broken up in Satoshis, like a dollar is broken up into pennies. So you can purchase as little or as much Bitcoin as you would like. The whole name of the game is to have some Bitcoin in your reserve stash, period. The reason why you want to do that is because the United States dollar is the world economic reserve currency. So what does that mean? That means when China does business with Europe, they make all of their settlements in the United States dollar. So China has to take their yuan, convert it into dollar. Then Europe has to take their euro, convert it into dollar. And then they exchange whatever product that they're going to exchange using the United States dollar. Well, with the economic ridiculousness that we experienced through coronavirus and everything of that nature, we are experiencing a need for the printing of the United States dollars, because the United States, there are a lot of people in the United States that are hurting. And my personal opinion is go ahead and print it, because when it was printing it for Jeff Bezos to become a trillionaire last year, or the other few people that became trillionaires during the economic crisis, it was not a problem. So if we can help the masses to print the money, print it. But I also believe that while the money is being printed, everyone needs to have a strategy. We can't be looking the other way, squirrel, and not educating ourselves on how can we survive through this, because inflation is going to happen. They are going to print $1.9 trillion and disperse it to the people that need it. And I'm not against that. I know that that's going to be an economic situation for our dollar, but that's why I'm preparing myself for Bitcoin and through trading. So what I have to say is get prepared. If you have a savings account with any amount of money in it, take 50%. Just do it this year. Give it a shot. Take 50% and diversify it into some crypto assets. Bitcoin and Ethereum are great ones to get. If you have $1,000 or $500 or $200, if you have $200, do $100 of Bitcoin, $100 of Ethereum, and just see how it goes by Christmas. If by Christmas your $100 did not make you $1, congratulations. It's just like you kept it in your savings account. If you lose your $100, then don't sweat it if you can afford it. Because guess what? You have spent $100 going out to eat one weekend, or $100, doing silly stuff. Like I know I could spend $100 on hair and nails on a Saturday afternoon when the world was okay. So I just want you to really think about getting in the game, because as your money sits in your savings account, unfortunately, it decreases in value just sitting there. When the $1.9 trillion is printed, then it's gonna be like an influx of the dollar into the market. So there will be 40% more United States dollars on the globe than there are right now, and they just appeared out of thin air. So when things happen like that, the way that businesses adjust and the economies adjust is that they increase the price on you. So the price of things go up. So yeah, there's more money circulating, there's more things going around. But now when you go and you want to buy an outfit or something like that, it's up $3 and $4. When you go and try to buy a loaf of bread is like $3.25. You're like, wait a minute. I remember when bread was like $1.79 and now it's like $3 and change. And it's just those incremental little things that go up. We all seen inflation. If you're of a particular age, you know that you could get a quarter bag of chips when you were in elementary school. Now a quarter bag of chips doesn't exist. It literally, I think it says it has like the 25 cents on there, but when you take it to the register, they charge you 50 cents for the bag. So you see that small example of inflation. So your dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. So CSNBC and these hedge funds, they're saying, hey, not hedge funds, these talking heads about the economy and about reserve currencies and things like that. They're saying, hey, diversify your fiat dollars, and fiat only means like the United States dollar, the euro, so forth and so on. They say, hey, diversify. Put a portion over here and allow yourself to not have all your eggs in one basket. Allow yourself to potentially have some tremendous gains in a space that is growing astronomically. Allow yourself to participate. So this video, I just kind of wanted to talk on that Bitcoin hit $50,000. We are in the beginning. You're not too late. You can dollar cost average. If you watch my video before this one, I'll link it in this video. It'll be up here somewhere. Definitely understand that it's within your best interest to diversify. Everybody's into stocks and stock options and Reddit and GameStop and all that, which is fantastic. But Bitcoin is a store of value. It is like buying gold and having gold bullion and gold bars and stuff like that, and having it in a safe that if something pops off, you can go to that safe and get that gold and exchange it for things that you may need. It's just Bitcoin has way better utility. It's not heavy blocks of gold and silver and things like that that you have to exchange, and then somebody has to want to be willing to exchange that with you. Like if they have, anyway, long story short, gold is a store of value because it's scarce, meaning that there isn't a abundance of it. But when miners, gold miners and things like that want to look for gold, they can go to West Virginia and Alaska and pine for gold and things like that, and wherever people are panning for gold, and paying for gold. You can go to Granny's house and look, oh, there's her old wedding ring. That's a new asset of gold or a new gram of gold that may not have been accounted for in the market. So the scarcity of it is what makes it valuable, but the fact that when it feels scarce, it can start to come out of thin air, like Granny's old jewelry box, or the miners will start going look for it and searching for it and digging for it, and they can find it. With Bitcoin, it is fixed. It is a fixed amount of 21 million Bitcoin. That's what they were saying on CNBC. And how does everybody get a fair shot and everything like that? That's not your business. You got to take care of yourself, right? But anyway, the fixed amount makes it to where that once that 21 million number is hit, which will not be mined and hit until people that are in my age range, if you're watching this and you're a 80s baby, unless something bionic happens, you won't be here anymore by the time they mine up the whole 21 million. But you can get you a piece, and because it is a fixed amount, there will not be 22 million, there will not be 25 million. Once that 21 million is mined up by the Bitcoin miners, that's it. So what will happen is that $21 million will have to be exchanged amongst people. So There will be instances in situations where, you know, as currency evolves and things will happen, and you know, you can get paid in Bitcoin, so you can earn Bitcoin. But basically, the value of one Bitcoin will continue to increase because we can't just print it out of thin air. You know, last point I'm going to make, I know that when I watched the news before I educated myself in the global economy and economics and what's going on, I always thought that when, hey, they're going to do a tax cut or they're going to do a bailout or a stimulus, that they went to a savings account that they had, to their reserves. It's called the darn Federal Reserves, right? I'm thinking that it's that, they ain't going to no savings and no checking. They don't have no 6 months of your bill saved up just in case. No, the United States is in so much disgusting debt. It's ridiculous. We could do a whole nother video on that. So when there are bailouts for banks, when there are $1 trillion tax cuts for trillionaires, when the American people need some darn help because the world has been flipped upside down and it's no fault of our own, they don't go to the savings account. They're not cashing in, you know, something and exchanging it and giving it back to the people. No, they'd already spent the money and the tax money that we gave. They already spent it, bonds, created more debt, did all kinds of foolishness. So what do they have to do? They go to the Federal Reserve and they create money. They print it. And it's not a secret. You can watch CSNBC, CNN, all of that, and it is clear. They say money printing, you hear it all day. So when you think about that your money can literally be printed out of thin air, and someone tries to tell you that, oh, I don't know about Bitcoin because it's computer money. Well, say your money is printed out of thin air. What's the difference? So I hope that this video is encouraging you. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the description below. Ask them. I'm here to help. I want people that hear my voice, watch this video, to get in position to participate in this enormous opportunity for an amazing wealth transfer. All right, so until we talk next week, maybe we'll see you 65. 65, I'm sure, yeah. But maybe between now and next week, we'll get up to 50 and we'll hold above that level, and then we'll start talking about that then. And then maybe we could take a look at some technicals. This video was more conversational and chatty because I just want you to get involved. And, you know, just last quick look at Twitter. The Wolf of All Streets, Scott Meckler, 50,000 all day. Follow these people on Twitter. Learn where there are wealthy people that are already in this space that you may not be aware of, but they're already Bitcoin millionaires. They're already Bitcoin billionaires out there. Okay, so we want you to get involved. Michael Saylor, you know that if you don't know Michael Saylor, his company MicroStrategy. First of all, Michael Saylor is a rocket scientist, which is pretty cool. And his company, MicroStrategy, has the majority of their reserve dollars in Bitcoin. Why would a billion-dollar company, see the value in Bitcoin and you don't? Right? So kind of take a lesson from the people that have figured out the money game, right? You know. So good morning to everyone, except the people who said Bitcoin would never reach 50,000, right? So that's Pomp. If you're not sure who Pomp is, give him a Google, come on Twitter, check him out. Crypto Twitter is very educational. Crypto Twitter is very educational, okay? So as Documenting Bitcoin says, Bitcoin is now closer to $100,000 than it is to zero. The thought of Bitcoin hitting zero is just, it's like the thought of people like really never eating bacon again. Even like some vegetarians will pinch off a little piece of salty bacon because it's just so good. You know what I mean? Like some things is just like, that ain't gonna happen. So next week or later this week, I will come to you guys and talk to you about some altcoins. Like we have Chainlink, we have Polkadot. I'm not much so into Sushi Swap, but This is a movement, guys. So get involved. Get on crypto Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. I am Frizzy Yogini. Where am I? Anyway, y'all can follow me. I'll put the descriptions and everything in the description box below. Here I am, Frizzy Yogini. I just want you guys to get involved. This was long. It was a little chatty, but it was informative. It was informative, and you know it. All righty. So have a good one, guys. Talk to you later.